So, panagdahit sa Diyos sa tanang kabuhatan. So, for today's topic, we will going to talk about Alport psychology of the individual. So, before we will go through, let's state first our objectives or the lesson outline for this lesson, of course. So, at the end of the lesson, we will be able to know what is personality according to Alport. What is the role conscious motivation? What are the characteristics of a healthy person? The structure of personality, the motivation, the study of individual, related research, the critique of Alport, and the concept of humanity. So before we will go deep down, go through to this topic, let's have first a short story about Gordon Alport's life. So, Gordon Alport was born in Indiana in 1897. He is the youngest son of a country doctor and a former school teacher. So, grabe kay background sa iyang sa iyang parents. So, in 1915, he followed his older brother Floyd. Floyd is a famous psychologist. He followed niya dito sa Harvard. So beginning nearly continues for 50-year association with that. Na sa university, Alport's undergraduate degree was in philosophy and economics. So, iyang gitake ka course ang philosophy of economics. And then, kanang gigaan siya og chance nga or siya pa nag-request ato ba siya naa siya gihatag something nga card or para bitaw pang appointment nga mag-meet sila ni Freud. So mo to na notice siya ni Freud, then nag-meet sila ni Freud. So pag pag nag-set og schedule si Freud para magkita sila, para mag-meet sila. So, agreed si Freud nga magkita sila sa consulting room niya. We all know nga Freud is one of the most world's famous psychiatrists. So, Alport give a note to Freud asking or requesting for appointment. Sumoto ning sugot si Freud. So, nakarealize siya pag-abot niya sa consulting room, nga wala day siya, he had nothing to say. So, gauna-una siya, unsa may storya ni Freud, something bitaw nga ma-open up niya nga storya ni Freud. So, gauna-una siya nga, as if daw nakakita siya og bata, nga all the way from his travel, or all on the way sa padto ni Freud, kakita daw siya og bata nga naay dirt phobia. So, dili daw siya tong bata kunuhay, nga dili daw siya mulingkod sa front nga lingkuranan, kay hugaw daw na day something dadto nga filthy bitaw nga dili okay to nga bata. So as Freud nga very famous nga psychiatrist or psychologist nga na ba nga iyahang giingnan si like gidakop yun yung storya dayon si Alport nga if that person nga iyang gimin kay siya ba personally mao ba na iyang experience. So nag-guilty si Alport. So, ning segue siya og topic. Nag-change siya topic out of guilt. Ngayon nato nga, nabasa siya ni Freud nga siya dito ang gimin niya nga naay dirt phobia. So, moreover, about the life of Alport, di ba youngest siya, fourth, and the youngest son of John Alport and Nellie Weiss. So, kini si Alport, gipadako siya sa iyang mama or gitudluan siya sa iyang mama. Iyang mama very religious. So, gitudluan siya about being sa mga clean language and proper conduct. But by that nga pag-grow niya sa iyang environment, na siya mga thought nga gistorya or ning come up sa iyang mind nga kani nga statement ni come up sa iyang mind maybe because of the environment nga iyang gidak-an. He said na cleanliness of action was intended to cleanliness of thoughts. So if hinlo ang ato ang action, then preferably hinlo pod ang ato ang thoughts. So vice versa, if hinlo atong thoughts, hinlo pod ang atong action. So they moved 3 times and finally settling in Cleveland. So sige sila balhin-balhin. So kini si Alport kay nabullied siya as human dictionary. So I don't know if it is still called bullied or compliment kay for me kay feeling ko compliment na kay murag laing term sa bright kika. So no, so he also called himself a social isolate. So gina-isolate niya iyang self sa laing individual or sa group of people. Prefer niya mag-isolate alone lang siya. So, napo siya story no nga. Second siya out of 100 ka individual. Pero, wala gyapon niya considered iyang self nga inspired scholar. So, gusto siya number one. So, he also stated that values develop at home. So, imuhang who you are right now kay na-develop daw na sa balay. Kana environment na to sa balay. So, he have a strong personal disposition of cleanliness and morality. Kaya syempre, yung mama no, religious kayo. Then ginatudluan siya right conduct at ng mga good nga mga language, clean language. Then afterwards, Alport got married. Sayahang kauban nga, pag-graduate nila, gikasal sila. Saya harapong kaila nga, dungan sila graduate. Then, nakaanak sila, namely Robert. Dayon, katong wife niya, kay naa daw sila duha ka cases ba then kana nga mga cases kay dako daw nag-contribute kaning iyang wife. Ang katong nga mga cases kay about sa ni Jenny Masterson og ni Marion Taylor. So later on we will talk about what the two cases are. So let's talk about the awards nga kung ano mga achievement and awards nga na achieve ni Alport. So Alport was elected as the president of APA. He also received a gold medal award. Unfortunately, namatay siya. Alport died due sa lung cancer because sa iyang pagka-heavy smoker. So namatay siya atong 1967. Diba na birthday niya kay 1897, namatay siya 1967. So 70 years old, namatay siya tungod lang yun sa iyang pagka-heavy smoker. So alright, we nakatalk ta short story about Gordon's life. So at this moment, we will now continue and proceed to discuss about what exactly is the definition of the term personality according ni Gordon Alport. So, personality according ni Gordon Alport kay he traced the etymology of the word persona. Kay in chapter 1, diba, it stated there nga ang personality comes from persona nga nag-refer siya og mask. So naay 49 ka definition of personality nga gikuhaan bitaw nag definition ni Alport. So by using theology, philosophy, law, sociology, and psychology, nakakuha siya 49 ka definition of personality. So grabe kay siya mga sources no upon finding the definition of his own definitions of personality. So by that nakakuha siya o na-create siya 50th definition sa personality ni si Alport. So he stated that personality is the dynamic organization within the individual of those psychophysical that determine and characteristic behavior and thought. So mo na ang definition ni Alport sa personality. So again, no, personality is the dynamic organization, meaning personality is not static. Dili lang ang atong personality will not just stay of who we are in the past and who we are right now, but rather it is dynamic. Dynamic meaning they're still a subject of change over time, especially when we encounter new experiences in life. So by those experiences, we learn from them and adapt behavior and thoughts accordingly. So, kuan man yun na, if maka-experience kita daghan kay mo mature ta, mo grow ta, maka-learn ta by those experiences, Then by that kanang makakuantag mga structured configuration of psychological and physiological systems that work together to form a cohesive whole. So it is organization kay dili lang siya structured pero gikuha siya para mabuo nga mga gipang collect, dili lang siya collection of traits but it is a structured configuration nga makabuo ta og a cohesive whole, meaning maka-define sa atong personality as one. So by that, psychological and physiological systems, meaning it included there the mental processes, emotions, and cognitions. So daghan kayo og mga we need a lot para makakuha ta ug unsa gyud ni atong personality. Kailangan pa nato i-process atong mental, we have to process it mentally, emotionally, and lain pa nga mga butang to be able nga makuha nato ng mga personality. So dagag influences, factors. So he conveyed that behavior is expressive and adaptive. So grabe gud kayo ang personality or ang atong behavior or miski ang behavior sa uban kay nagiuban nga expressive kayo, then by that expressiveness kana nga pag-express kay ma-adapt dayon nato ang kana nga mga behavior nga ato ang mga na-learn or even atong na-observe at some point. So dili day ni siya mask we wear, nor simply it is a behavior that we do. So dili ang personality is not just a mask. However, it is the behavior nga atong ginabuhat. So okay na to siya ang personality mo toy definition ni Moto ang personality according to Allport. It is a dynamic organization. Gets ra ba? Again, to sum it up, personality according to Allport kay it is not it is a dynamic organization kay it is subject to change pag dili lang maga-maintain natong personality as who we are right now or who we are in the past, but it subject to change over time. So let's now proceed to proactive behavior. So Allport believe that people are capable of proactive behavior. So unsa man yung proactive behavior, no? So proactive behavior, it is the concept of proaction suggests that people can consciously behave in a new and creative ways that foster their own change and growth. So if you have this kind of behavior, proactive, meaning you plan na nakay goal upon that specific nga mga actions. Meaning kay example naka-report now. Then naka-report tomorrow. Then the day before tomorrow or maybe a week before ka mag-report, kay ga-prepare na ka na nakay-plano nga magtuon. Actually, gatuon na jud ka, then gi-prepare na nimo imong PowerPoint. Then you have a proactive behavior. If you acquire that proactive behavior, we can change and grow. Mao na ang gi-believe na ni Allport nga tanan ta individual do have a proactive behavior. So I believe kay uban ra day ay naa man gyud ta, pero kadalasan lang gyud madala lang ta sa tong pagkatapulan, but otherwise nagyapon tayo proactive nga mga behavior. So alright, naay gitawag si Allport og morphogenic og nomothetic. So morphogenic method or science kay it is a study of an individual. So meaning kani siya method ni siya, duha ni siya ka method, morphogenic og nomothetic. excuse me. So again, morphogenic method, it is focuses on understanding phenomena by examining the unique characteristics, processes, and individual element that shape them. So gina-understand bitaw, gina-examine ang atuang excuse me, sorry. Gina-examine ta individually at atuang mga elements, atong traits nga makapa-shape sa ato ug maka-define who we really are. Mo na ang morphogenic method kay nag-study lang siya og one person na lang, individual lang. Then ang nomothetic method kay study of group of people. So establish general law principles, or let's say a conduct of a large scale. So let's say an example, a researcher conduct a large-scale survey to identify common personality traits across diverse population. So naga-test sila or naga-survey sila og mga common nga mga bitaw kanang common nga mga specific personality of an person or mga personality traits sa mga tawo in that specific nga population. Mao na ang nomothetic, study of the group of people. Ang morphogenic, once again, study of an individual. Nomothetic, study of group of people. So next is the structure of personality. So according to Allport, the basic units of personality are the personal disposition and the proprium. So unsa dining disposition ug proprium? So first kay magtackle ta about disposition. So disposition, to be exact and to simply explain it, disposition, it is a person's usual mode or attitude. So example diri kay aggressiveness. So if you are aggressive, if an individual is aggressive sa pananaw niya, sa pananaw sa tanan, ay lain na lang example, So example kay if you are very happy person or extrovert ka nga person, so ang imong mo na usually imong mode bitaw nga kana bitong mabaguhan ng mga tawo if mukalit kag kahilom, sabaan kay ka, extrovert kay ka na din, jolly kay ka, then the moment ka mohilom ka, mabaguhan ang mga tao. So ang imong disposition na ay pagiging extrovert or pagka-jolly nimo. Kani bitong to the point nga per me nimo nga mood kay pagkasabaan na lang. Per me kasaba. So mao na ang imong disposition nga kani bitong to the moment nga mahilom ka, mawala ka sa kanang maglungkoy kag kalit kay mabaguhan sila kay naanad lagi sila nga imong disposition or imong usual mode kay sabaan. Alright. So, next is naay 3 levels of personal disposition. These are the cardinal disposition, the central, and the secondary dispositions. So, cardinal dispositions, kay mao ni ang mga dispositions. The cardinal disposition is a person that's so obvious and dominating that they cannot be hidden from others. So, overall impact bitaw sa imuha sa mga tawo. So for example kanang dominating nimo nga attitude kay once again pagkasabaan na mo na yung cardinal disposition i-describe example na mag-describe nimo nga kaila ka ni Otseya katong sabaan kayo, so mao na imong cardinal disposition, imong pagkasabaan nga kanay bitong kanang makita dayon ang imong dominant nga trait, makita bitaw na imong dominant na personality as a person, kanang common kanang like bitaw kanang ma-describe bitaw sa tawo nga ay mao si kuan man nao katong kuan kayo nga na bitaw. So manay cardinal dispositions, very obvious nga and dominating nga trait. So ang central disposition kay same ra siya sa cardinal disposition, however kaning central disposition kay dili tanan maka-acquire ani and dili siya literally nga kanang ma-describe yun ni sa imuha, especially if that person doesn't know you well. So let's say for example kanang hala si Otseya kay kuan biya kana loyal, buutan, friendly ana bitaw, pero ang ilang nakita sa kuha kay pagkasabaan ra sa cardinal disposition lain lang nakita sa kuha din sa central disposition kay if makita ko lang sabaan, that doesn't mean nga maingon sila nga loyal ko ana. So ang central disposition kay mga other bitaw nimo nga mga traits as a person, pero that make up your personality. Ay sige, let's say na lang ako ka nang hala dagan kini siya uyab ba kay friendly kaayo, mga inana siguro ana ang central disposition kay sa iyang pagka-friendly dige siya kanang istorya og daghang tawo mo na nag-make up sa iyang personality man pagka-friendly sa istorya tawo. So to siya basta ang cardinal disposition kay very very obvious, ang central kay gamay ra niya pero dili siya dili siya obvious nga makita gyud kayo sa imuha. Knowing you well dira pa nila ma-explain sa imuha na nga trait or personality. Sa secondary disposition kay mo na ni nga mga traits nga mo occur bitaw in an specific circumstances. So for example, hala ja kuan mo kana lagi mo nagyaga-yaga si Treya pero kuan ka nang pero the moment ka nakahibaw siya nga naay emergency kalit siya ka seryoso nagtabang siya na seryoso siya so mao na ang secondary disposition mo occur lang siya the moment na mga specific na circumstances. Alright, so mo to ang three levels of personal disposition, the cardinal, central, and secondary disposition. So let's move on and let's go to the motivational disposition. So what is motivational disposition? So motivational disposition, it is strongly felt and derived from basic needs and drives they initiate action. So for example, ning adto ka og arana to watch naga gymnast nito. Dayon na imong idol dito nga kuan gymnastic din. Mo to nga kanang bagadto nimo dito proud ay kanang bitang marag kuan ka nga wow chuya ing nana oy chuya ma flexible oy nana then mo to nga the moment ning uli ka and after the day and after some moments kay you are being motivated kay gusto ka mapareha nila. So mo to nag-train ka nga ma-flexible ka, nangita ka ng trainer nga matudlo sa imo para mamaayo ka. So motivated ka just because you wanted to achieve something or nakag-idolize nga gusto ka mapareha nila. So motivational disposition, you just do some action because you are motivated. Na-inspired ka, motivate ka to do such thing. So we also have here a stylistic disposition. So what is it? So kaning stylistic disposition kay it refers to the manner in which an individual behaves or guide action. So let's say for example, you're very hungry. So other people if they were hungry kay kuan man kanang kuskus hangol kay sila like paspas kay sila mukaon. However, if you have this stylistic disposition kay even if you are very hungry, imong style sa pagkaon kay same ra sa imong pagkaon nga di ka gutmon then gastra then magkaon ta lang example kay hinhin ka nga person, you're very softy. The moment you have a friend nga kuan kayo very jolly, very kiat, aggressive ana ba din despite ana nga situation kay nagpa-maintain ra gyapon ka sa imong stylistic disposition being mahinhin despite every mo na naga-guide sa imong action or mo na imong manner being mahinhin in which being mahinhin guides your action as a mahinhin gihapon na person despite everything nga nakay friend nga very aggressive. So mo na ang motivational disposition ag stylistic disposition. So another example sa motivational disposition na kay kani you're very hungry then tungod sa imong ka-hungry kay paspas ka mukaon hangol kay katanawon you are being motivated to eat because you are hungry, super hungry. Mo na motivational disposition. You are driven bitaw nga magdo some action because of that situation or feelings nga makapadrive sa imo to do so. Okay, next is I hope you guys understand it. So next, let's proceed to the proprium. So unsa na ni proprium? So proprium it is a defining characteristic that makes something or someone do what they are. Someone what they are that makes someone what they are. So let's say for example kay loyal ako siya ba kay loyal kayo ba then moto nga since ang naga-define sa iyang characteristic kay being loyal. Therefore, ang iha pong mga actions kay mag-specify pod as being loyal. Therefore, dili siya maki-chat og someone nga with na something, di siya maki-flirt and all kay he is loyal man. Mao na naga-define sa iyang character ang pagiging loyal. It makes something and defining characteristic that makes something or someone what they are. They are doing some action because that is who they are. Then example nagdula ka og tanis then dayon kuan man you are honest. So ang judgment sa sa ang judgment sa umpire kay out, pero kita jud ka nga in. So ningon ka sa umpire nga in to siya. So mo to nga it is that specific action that you did define who you are, what really you are, who you really are. Ana, mo na ang proprium. So next is the reactive and proactive theories of motivation. So let's define first unsa ni reactive and proactive, no? So ang reactive mao ni siya ang mga situations nga imong kan bitaw ka ng okay, let's say for example ang reactive kay kuan kanang nami report karon nya karon ra pud ka gatuon, karon ra pud ka gabuhat, so na-stress ka, na anxious ka, then apan pag-report nimo that specific day nga mao ra pud time nimo nga gabasa-basa ka, wala na kadi mao imong explanation. So ning kuan ka sa stressor nimo, na-trigger ka sa imong stressor dayon ning react ka emotionally, mo to imong pag-react tong wala nagkadimaw imong report, mo na ang reactive, bali naa ni siya sa negative side. Ang proactive naman kay proactive motivation kay mo ni siya tong mga situation nga you have planned in advance, you have set a plan, a goal to that specific action para mabuhat ni siya accordingly, and that proactive motivation helps you to grow as a person. So no, according to Alport, na people not only react to your environment, but they also shape your environment and cause it to react to them. So his proactive approach emphasized the idea that people often seek additional tension and that they purposefully act on your environment in a way that fosters growth towards psychological health. So ang proactive, no, kay it is a healthy nga kuan, you are psychologically healthy if you practice this kind of motivation, proactive. So let's now proceed to the functional autonomy. So functional autonomy kay wala na yung sulat ani. Charot. Okay, so functional autonomy kay kuan siya kanang you are doing some action because simply you like them to do. So functional autonomy, you again, this notion is in harmony with the common sense belief of many people who hold that they do things simply because they like to do them. Anarangi, ang functional autonomy, you function to that specific action because you wanted it. You have the authority to do such thing. You function it because you wanted it. You function something because like you do some actions because you wanted it. So naay two levels of functional autonomy: the perseverative functional autonomy and appropriate functional autonomy. So kaning preservative functional autonomy kay it is ka kind of situation or action nga imong gibuhat without expecting any reinforcement or without expecting kapalit. And this appropriate functional autonomy, you are doing something because someone hold that to you nga because someone hold that nga that someone is very important to you. So let's set an example for this. Okay, kuan ka kanang ning pursue ka og course sa medicine kay mo'y gi-expect sa imong parents ug mao ilahang ganahan nga imuhang kwaon. So mao na appropriate functional autonomy. You just need it due sa interest sa uban ug mao pod ang mong ganahan sa uban. So lain niyang term kay external motivation. So appropriate functional autonomy, you do such thing because someone wanted it nga buhaton na nimo. Someone na very special ganahan na mao na imong kwaon, mao na ilang gi-expect nga imong kuhaon. Ang preservative functional autonomy kay along the way nga pag pursue nimo og med kay mao man ilang giganahan, naka-realize day ka or mura bitaw kag na-motivate nga ay buhaton ko ni kay kuan maka-help ko nga maka-save og people's life. So mao na naka-drive sa imo nga mas lalo nimong buhaton na nga pag imong i-pursue jud ang medicine since naa sa imong motive nga mo help og other people. So mao na preservative functional autonomy. Wala man ka ga-expect nga kanang naay wala ka ga-expect nga naay kapalit if mo save ka og people's life, but masatisfy ang imong self bitaw, masatisfy lang ka sa imong self even walay kapalit, it's enough for me, and that's what we call preservative functional autonomy. So that's the difference between preservative functional autonomy and appropriate functional autonomy or external motive. So we also have here processes that are not functionally autonomous. So if you are not functionally autonomous, meaning ani we just do thing because it is necessary. We do such thing because it is needed to do. Kay if we won't be able to do this thing, kay possibly madado ta or makasira sa atoa person as a whole. So another kay kuan biological drives such as eating, breathing, and sleeping. So we have to do that even if wala tay gana mo kaon, we still have to eat because it is necessary. Mao nang not functionally autonomous. Kanang out of our motive bitaw kay we still have to do it because it is necessary once again. So motives directly linked to the reduction of basic drives, reflex actions such as an eye blink, then and all and so on kanang 8 basta mao na ang 8 ka mga processes nga na you are not a functional autonomous. So we also have here conscious and unconscious motivations. So if we have an unconscious motivation, meaning we do some pathological behaviors, so unhealthy kayo if we have here an unconscious motivation. So example aning unconscious motivation kay kuan kita ka ng example na may conflict together sa imong partner, and out of sa imong emotional nga na felt very angry ba ka or upset, so nakaistorya ka og dili mao out of your consciousness nga na slide ka bitaw sa ang laing term nga specific example ani kay katong Freudian sleep, itong makastorya ka og out of your consciousness because lang sa imong emotional nga na feel. So mo na tungod sa imong kalagot nakastorya ka dili mao. So mao na ang unconscious motivation. It's not your motive to talk to say such thing, but out of your emotion nakastorya ka to. So Freudian sleep. Then we also have a conscious motivation. So if we have conscious motivation, meaning we are a healthy individual that are ordinarily consciously in control of our behavior. So we are healthy if we have a conscious motivation, if we knew what we are doing. So according pod ka Alport, most people kay however are aware of what they are doing and why they are doing it. And I know we all know that ginabuhat nato ang mga butang just because we know anong ginabuhat nato na og nganong ato nang gibuhat ug unsa atong gipangbuhat ug nganong ato nang gibuhat. So that is conscious motivation. All right. Next is the 6 criteria for the normal, mature, emotionally healthy adult personality. So if you have these 6 criteria, then you are normal, mature, emotionally healthy, you are naa ka sa adult personality. So first is an extension of the sense of self. If you are being aware of who you are, aware ka og unsa imong kaugalingon ug kinsa ka. And second is warm relationship with others. If naa kay good relationship towards others, then you are normal and mature. So emotional security or self-acceptance, so dawat-dawat ka o kinsa ka, like dili nimo gina-degrade imong self, gina-compare sa lain because you accept who you are. You also have a realistic view of the world, dili siya fantastic but realistic. You also have an insight and humor and a unifying philosophy of life. So once again, if you have these 6 criteria, you are a normal, mature, emotionally healthy adult person. So let's proceed. So the study of the individual. So Alport strongly felt that psychology should develop and use research methods that study the individual rather than groups. So ang ka-Alport no kay mas prefer niya tong morphogenic nga method. Ganahan siya if mas prefer niya if we just study individual rather than groups. So once again, morphogenic method kay it is a study of an individual, um, focusing on understanding phenomena by examining the unique characteristics, processes, and individual's element that shape them. So mao na ang morphogenic method. So naapoy mga murag factors or usage ang kaning diaries og letters. Kaning diaries of Marion Taylor og letters from Johnny kay kaning letters ni Johnny kay kuan siya. Murag nagahatag siya og letters nilang Alport. Nagasend siya og letters ni Alport ba or someone nga kuan nila niya therapist. Kani magud sa ni si Johnny kaysa ni siya ka mother. Ay gikan siya sa religious nga family o kani bitong known nga family, and then the moment nga namatay iyang parents kay kuan siya ning rebelde siya ba, then kuan siya kanang ning nagminyo siya og someone nga bulag sa asawa sa tawagan ay divorce o nagminyo siya divorce nga nga laki, then moto kanang sa Johnny nagkaanak sila ato ngalan sa iyang anak kay si Ross, then kanang namatay to yang banang papa ni Ross. Dayon kani si Johnny kay murag iya bitong world kay nag-evolve ra ni Ross og sa money, then moto nga the moment mura siya obsessed na kayo ni Ross nga dili siya ganahan nga magminyo si Ross or makikita og laing bayi kay gusto sa siya ra ang pansinon ni Ross. So the moment to nga ning nagdako si Ross pila na to yung 22 kay kuan kanang nakikita na siya og mga babayi, that time na upset si Johnny nga nag-cause sa iyaha og murag nag-away sila something kay lagi dili ganahan si Johnny nga magminyo si Ross or makikita og babayi. Then however time goes by, nagpakasal si Ross, then mao to hinungdan nga murag stranger kunuhay sila, then sigig send si Johnny og letter sa mga situation nga nahitabo sa iyaha sa iyang therapist. Dayon kauman ato the moment nga nagbulag si Ross og iyahang wife kay ning balhin si Johnny sa pikas nga room tapad ni Ross. So mo to once again si Johnny kay mama anak niya si Ross, so mama ni Ross si Johnny, then mo to ning balhin si Johnny sa tapad sa room ni Ross. Dayon then mo to nga abin niya nga okay na ana, pero time goes by once again nakikita na pog bayi si Ross antod namatay si Ross, then nagpadayon gihapon si Johnny og kuan kanang hatag og letter sa therapist. So by that situation we can identify what kind of personality does that the client have if kanang even sa letter lang. So gamit kayo ang letter ug ang diaries sa kaning individual ay personality theory of personality, gamit kay ang sa theory of personality gamit kayo ang diaries ug ang letters, especially if these factors or mga usage kay gamit ay under ni siya sa morphogenic science or morphogenic methods. Alright, let's proceed to the related research. So Alport believed that a deep religious commitment was a mark of a mature person, but he also saw that many regular church-goers did not have a mature religious orientation and were capable of deep racial and social prejudice. In other words, he saw a curvilinear relationship between church attendance and prejudice. Alright, so Gordon kay kuan. Okay. So naay problema ning kani si Alport ganaan siya nga mawala bitaw ning prejudice. So to be able daw nga mawala ang prejudice, all we have to do is to be friendly sa mga nag-oppose ato nga mga nag-oppose bitaw nga mga dili church goers, para naay good communication, dayon nga dayon hantod mawala na nga prejudice sa specific nga situation. So we also have here the religious orientation scale or the ROS. This insight led Alport to develop and use the ROS to assess both an intrinsic orientation and extrinsic orientation toward religion. So kaning intrinsic religion orientation, kay this orientation reflects a deep-seated internalized commitment to religious beliefs and practices. Mao ni silang mga individuals nga naabitoy high intrinsic orientation view sa religion as an end in itself, deriving personal meaning and fulfillment from their faith. Mao ni silang mga literal nga mga religious, like na nagyud ilang faith sa church or ni God, definitely. Then kana bitong they are typically motivated by internal values and beliefs rather than external pressures or rewards. So mo to ang intrinsic religious orientation, kanang kuan na gyud sila deep down nga they are religious internally, internalize na nila. However, ang extrinsic religious orientation kay mao ni siya ang contrast sa intrinsic. Mao ni silang mga individuals with a high extrinsic orientation, kanang gi-use ra nila ang religion as a means to an end, seeking external benefits such as social status. Nga bitaw murag mosimba ra, religious ra sila para makitaan sila nga religious sila, pero dili gid sila kanang dili gid nila will nga mosimba ba nga mo phrase ni God, but rather moadto lang sila simbahan para mag-attendance, para magpakita sa mga tao nga religious lagi na siya and all. So mao na ang intrinsic o extrinsic. So nani siya scale sa religious orientation. So Alport and Rose found that people with an extrinsic orientation towards religion tend to be quiet prejudice, whereas those with an intrinsic orientation tend to be low on racial and social prejudice. So if high kag extrinsic nga kuan sa orientation scale, if high ang extrinsic orientation nimo, meaning kuan ka, you are quiet prejudice. Whereas if high ka sa intrinsic, katong I intrinsic orientation, kay low ka sa racial and social prejudice, meaning you are just focusing sa church ragged alone and praising God and all and being religious. So a review of later studies found that prejudice is positively related to an extrinsic religious orientation but unrelated to an intrinsic religious orientation. So na if nakadiri belong, if imuang scale taas extrinsic, meaning kuan ka prejudice ka nga pong kuan ka sa prejudice thingy. So we also have here a religious orientation and psychological health. So research by Ralph Hood and others found that people who score high on the intrinsic scale tend to have overall better personal functioning than those who score high on the extrinsic scale. So mas healthy o kuan ka no, grabe, better ang imong personal functioning if high ka sa intrinsic scale rather sa extrinsic scale. So in general, these studies have found that some highly religious people have strong psychological health, whereas others suffer from a variety of psychological disorders. So the principal difference between the two groups is one of intrinsic or extrinsic religious orientation. That is, people with an intrinsic orientation tend to be psychologically healthy, but those with an extrinsic orientation suffer from poor psychological health. Understandable naman kayo, no? So now let's proceed to the critique of Alport. Wait, sorry guys. So ang critique ni Alport kay Alport wrote eloquently about personality, but his views were based more on philosophical speculation and common sense than on scientific studies. So kani si Alport kay common sense lang bitaw ang iyang mga ginagamit according sa iyang theories, kanang like good kay ba obvious ra kayo iyang mga studies, ma-learn ra nato miski kita maka-understand ta without this theory or study. Very lang ka na understandable. So mao gurong taas ang iyahang rate. So as a consequence, his theory is quite narrow, being limited mostly to a model of human motivation. So pang motivation ra ang iyahang theory, dili gyud sung pareha bitaw tong uban nga pang high kayo, need kay sa mga high nga mga therapy. So thus, it rates low on its ability to organize psychological data and to submit itself to falsification. Kay kung naman niya kanang buragi generalize na niya bang an individual is like this and like this. So it rates high on parsimony and internal consistency and about average in its ability to generate research and to help the practitioner. So we have also here a concept of humanity. So Alport saw people as thinking, proactive, purposeful being who are generally aware of what they are doing and why. So mao man na ang iyahang concept sa as a human being, no. Kanang we do think, we do an action, and we are purposeful. So on the 6 dimensions for a concept of humanity, Alport rates higher than any other theories on conscious influence and on the uniqueness of the individual. So nato iyang gi-state dere no nga wait. Yung gi-state there nga kuan. Gi-emphasize niya nga ang uniqueness of each uniqueness of each individual. So each individual kay unique. Mao na ang iyang gina-emphasize ani nga theory. So he rates high on free choice, optimism, and teleology, and about average on social influences. Kay kuan man niya god kanang gina positive niya halos ang mga behavior. Naa siya mga kanang good definition of kuan each individual personality. Alright, so I guess that would be all. If you have any other clarification, violation, violence reaction. Kana, if you have questions about this topic, you may pangutana ni Ma'am Emme. You can chat me so that we can try to answer those questions. Once again, thank you so much and panagdait.